All right, ladies and gentlemen, so as reported in my last video, Black Myth Wukong is completely destroying the mainstream gaming industry right now. Every single gaming journalist is melting down. Every single mainstream gaming shill who tried to say that this game was not going to do well is melting down. Everybody who was against this game and supported this absolute lie from IGN's Rebekah Valentine is melting down. Well, apparently, Gender Swap Waldo has decided it's in her best interest to no longer be on Twitter and has locked down her account.
Bye, Felicia.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Gender Swapped Waldo thought that she can run from the internet after trying to smear the now #2 game ever in Steam history. This is such a massive L. I don't know what to even compare this to be honest with you. Hogwarts Legacy did almost 900,000 concurrent players, and that game was a massive, massive movement. People were behind that game through and through, and it was such a large IP. You know, Hogwarts is a huge IP. Harry Potter, everybody loves Harry Potter, obviously. But this game, Black Myth Wukong, was a statement. There is no doubt about it. And that's not saying that the game is not amazing. That's not saying the game is not fun. And that's not saying that the game is only made to be a culture war item and that's it. That's not true at all. People are having a fucking blast with this game. It's got 94% positive reviews on Steam, and it's almost like 80,000 reviews at this point. So people are having a great time with it, and rightfully so. But ultimately, Rebekah Valentine is taking this massive L straight on her forehead. So let's get into this article, guys, from that part place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. IGN reporter Rebekah Valentine has indicated she's left X and locked her account in the wake of her smears against Black Myth Wukong developer Game Science completely and utterly failing. I gotta tell you, man, this is probably... I can't even think of a W that at this scale. I can't think of it. I don't know if anything in gaming history recently, aside from Hogwarts Legacy, but even that fails in comparison to the massive W that's happening right now. Like it's insane. I'm all for this shit. This is great. So apparently she's left X. I don't believe that. Okay, she's probably saying she's leaving X in the hope that people would stop tagging her and basically telling her she needs to be held accountable and she needs to retract her article and stuff like that. I highly doubt she's going to leave. She's going to be back. They always come back. They need Twitter more than we need Twitter. Valentine's bio on X now reads, no longer on Twitter, don't DM. She also locked her account and protected her posts so only her approved followers can see her posts. What a fucking... What an absolute shithole. But you know what? Hey, they're going to try to say Gamergate 2.0 was a fail, right? Gamergate 2.0 was a massive success. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Gamergate 2.0 was way more successful than 1.0 because we have gaming journalists literally leaving the internet. We have video games that are massively successful that have no DEI in it, and all the video games that have DEI in it are massively failing. I mean, it's such an obvious statement, and they're going to try to pretend as if they're majority, but they are not the majority. That is so obvious at this point because how much more examples do you need that the numbers are in our favor? How much more examples do you need that gamers are the fucking ones who are the majority? We run this shit. You guys are just the ones trying to grift on it. By the definition of the word. Valentine leaving X and locking down her account comes in the wake of Black Myth Wukong seeing massive success despite repeated smears levied against the game developer by Valentine and her colleague, Ki-Hu Chen. Soon after its release, the game became the second most played game on Steam, concurrent players of all time. The game hit a peak of 2,223,179. The only game it did not best was PUBG Battlegrounds, which had an all-time peak of 3 million plus. That's insane, bro. Black Myth Wukong being #2 on Steam's most concurrent is absolutely fucking bonkers. This game even beat Counter-Strike. This game beat Power World. Power World was such a huge, massive success because, quite simply, people wanted an online Pokemon game, right? An MMORPG Pokemon game, and they never got it because Nintendo likes to gatekeep that shit. So Power World came in and said, hold my beer, we're going to do it for you, and it was massively successful. But even that game got beat by Black Myth Wukong. That is absolutely disgusting to even think about. The game's success comes following a report from Valentine, her colleague Ki-Hu Chen, back in November 2023 that accused the developers of sexism and misogyny. The duo reported several posts have surfaced from Chinese social media site Weibo, written by individuals from the studio, that contained multiple references to genitalia and sexual innuendos. Listen, we already went over this. We talked about this. Let's make something very clear. Okay, shout out to Fei Fi. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Fei. I don't know, but she's a great YouTuber. I'm sure she got a ton of subscribers over this. I hope she continues to get success. But she completely debunked what IGN said. And not only that, other people for months have been debunking what IGN's Rebekah Valentine has been saying about the game. It's been proven she's been lying through and through her teeth, and she has yet to retract anything because she's not going to, right? She'd rather run from the internet and hide for a little bit until she writes her next article. But at this point, you are so notorious that you're never going to be safe from the internet, right? If you write something, if you put out a gaming article or something like that, people are going to roast you. That's just how it's going to be. So either you're going to face it now, or you might as well just leave the industry, because at this point, you're just infamous at this point. You're never going to get any form of online safety with your articles ever. People are going to roast you to the end of time. That's just how it goes. And rightfully so, because you deserve it. You deserve it. You tried to ruin a developer that was just trying to make a game. And the reason for which you were trying to ruin it is obvious. You wanted to make sure that your DEI consultancy firms that you probably get a kickback from gets any sort of attempt at that Chinese money. You know what I mean? That's what you were trying to do. And also, I mean, you have a narrative to push, right? You hate men. That very much is clear. A lot of these gaming urinalists hate men. Even the men that are in the gaming urinalism space hate men. It's the weirdest thing. They're male feminists at the end of the day, so they just keep pushing the same exact shit. Again, the translation was initially disputed in a clip from Asmongold Clips that detail Feng Ji's comment. It is a used idiom in the Chinese language as a colloquial expression used humorously or sarcastically to describe a situation where excessive flattery or sycophancy has an overwhelming and paralyzing effect on someone. The use of such metaphors can be found in informal speech on social media. Again, we went over all of this. It absolutely, completely, and utterly was a lie that was made by Valentine and Chan. And the funny thing is, Chan is not even Chinese, right? Chan is fucking Korean. So Rebekah Valentine got a Korean to somewhat sort of speak Chinese and translate and took their word for it. They were like, trust me, bro. Yeah, totally. That makes sense, right? Because Rebekah Valentine had a narrative she had to push. She wanted to make sure that she got that narrative out there any way she possibly can. So it doesn't really matter. You can go protect it all you want. You can say you're not on Twitter, but let's be real, you are. Right? You're answering DMs from people that you like. You're putting not on Twitter anymore to try to stop people from messaging you, but that's not going to happen. The moment you log on Twitter, you're going to have your messages filled by a ton of people who obviously do not like you. You're going to get constantly added. You're going to get constantly tagged, and that's just how it's going to be, right? When you do stuff like this, when you decide that it's in your best interest to push a narrative against men for whatever reason, it's only a matter of time before you get hate for it, right? That's just how it goes. You guys love to say that we hate women. But the fact of the matter is we don't. It's been so obvious that we love women. We praise actual real women that are on our side, real women that actually might not even be on our side, but can at least recognize that you are a psychopath. They can at least recognize that. I know women that aren't particularly on the, the gamer side or anything like that, but they can still recognize when certain people are pushing a narrative like Rebekah Valentine. So ultimately, we love real women, and on Hypnocast every day at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we try to make women great again with the waifu battle. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.